All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be looking at live order flow analysis using Bookmap. Our goal here is to understand the price action and the auction process within Bookmap, and that will give us an edge. Understand, and that's what we're here for, if we don't have an edge, then what are we doing here? So order flow can offer that edge, and we want to be able to see it within Bookmap. All right, so we do have a process that we go through in the Bookmap Academy. I also want to mention this pilot program that you may or may not be aware of. It's brand new and something we're just offering. That's a training program. I think you'll find really helpful and interesting. Anyway, our process here that we use in the Academy, that we're going to use also in this webinar, is to build out your playbook by journaling. We're going to look at a few different key factors for our journaling to build out that playbook. Number one is what's moving the market. Okay, now you may have just seen right now markets moving violently, dramatically. What's the impetus here? Well, it's pretty simple. Powell is speaking, and we've got a pretty volatile day ahead of us, so it's going to be pretty pretty hairy, I think. We have Trump speaking right afterwards, later today at noon East Coast time. So it's going to be weird. Anyway, we're going to look at key levels. What's moving the market, and look at our key levels. We'll look immediately at that. We'll have to because of the big move that would just unfolded. Then we get into what are our scenarios and strategies. Where do we think price is going to go, and why? Then we apply the setup, the proper setup within the key levels and the big move. What's moving the markets will make life much easier. Then it's just execution with your setups checklist and risk management. All right, so one thing here, we're offering 3 days a week. 3 days a week we're having the Bookmap onboarding webinar. So we have myself, Brandon, and Dan all doing a webinar various times throughout the week and various days, so we can really get anyone up and running, no matter where you live in the world. Get them up and running using Bookmap. All right, more info on this. Mondays will be at 8 a.m. East Coast time. Dan will run that. He won't do it this Monday, but next Monday. Then Brandon will be at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and I will be at 1 p.m. On Friday. So we cover the London or European session, the New York session, and try to get that Asian session in there at the close on Wednesday. All right, so good stuff there, and ask questions, get up and running in Bookmap. Let's go through the disclosures, and then we'll jump in here. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, this is the pilot program here. Like I had mentioned earlier, it's a training program. You'll be using Bookmap's replay mode and journaling. You'll have data on this. You'll be building an edge in here. All right. So anyway, I'll provide the link for you here just a minute, and also mention it a little bit later as well. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Some of the people already are participating in it, are doing pretty well. All right, so here it is over in Discord, and here it is over in YouTube. There you go. So click on the link, and that'll take you to this page. All right, let's jump in, and wow, what a move. All right, look at that. Okay, we went from 64, I don't know, 13 or 14 on up to yeah, so over 50 points, 64, 68. So nice move right at 10 I don't know. I'm not listening in. I don't know exactly what the if something was mentioned right off the bat. If anyone have any information on that? But look at the move. So is it just a short squeeze? Is it, I don't know. But let's take a look at the bigger picture here first, okay? We want to look at that bigger picture. We know it's moving the markets. We know later, I think we're into a pretty volatile day. So this FOMC, there's going to be a lot of information coming out from Jackson Hole. This is when the symposium is this time of the year. And then we're going to have President Trump react after Powell speaks. Okay, if interest rates aren't lowered, it might be Trump really pushing for his resignation at that time. I mean, he's already been pushing, but he might just ramp that up. Anyway, let's jump over here and throw technicals out the window, Alec. Pretty much, it's going to be a wild and bumpy ride in here. That's why we're going to have to look at the higher time frames. No, it is what Powell says now. Okay, so yeah, okay. Anyway, this is just right off the bat. There was no at 10 a.m. You didn't see. Okay, so thanks, Alois. You got a screenshot up there of the news. So this happened after, though. I mean, the move here is right at 10. So the news coming in was a few minutes later. Oh, Powell shifting balance of risk. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, that's not. Okay, yeah. The poor guy, he's in a pickle, really. Anyway, let's move on. Let's look at our higher time frame levels here. Wow. So we're kind of reaching up in these areas in here. We're already kind of reaching our ATR on the daily, as you can see. Just look at some of the bigger candles in here. This is very unscientific, and I'm doing it visually and on purpose. Like I don't want to pigeonhole everyone into a specific way of trading. Just take a look at it. Look at the big candles over here, down here as well. This is pretty much a range for the day, and we are approaching a swing up here where we left from back on Tuesday, right? This was Tuesday, and the breakdown here, and this is actually something I wanted to talk about as well, was that breakdown on Tuesday. So here we are right back up. So look on the hourly in the center here. You can see the swings up in here where market tried, could not get higher, and then boom, right? And then this big move unfolded here. Yeah, so that was a pretty big day. Anyway, we're right back up, and we're going to see some profit taking here for sure. We might see sellers re-engage up in here as well. All right, so some things to be attentive here with maybe a spike a little bit higher, who knows, but that's where we're going to look at the order flow, okay, because we've got our key level here. Now we want to see the action around it, so let's jump in. All right, so if we take a look here, look at this. I took a small little scalp in here right before 10 a.m. Thinking I'd get a little bit of a boost, but then got out. All right, well, you can see the price action in here, the move to the upside at 9:30, the pullback, and then this huge move at 10 a.m. Here we are. All right, so we're still trending up, and we're still seeing buying come in. Okay, so I would still look for after pullback here. Okay, it failed. It came back into the range up in here. And I was looking forward to at least test the other side of this range here. Nope, not having it. Sellers just came in pretty quickly here. Okay, dip down again below the swings in here. We're probably going to find some buyers in here and try to take it right back up. Let's see if we can get back up into maybe 80 here, or at least the highs here, 75, right? Let's take a look in here. It is we're in the chop. We're in this area in here. We're starting to see it round over though too. So if these buyers cannot take it higher right now, these are equal highs. This is a lower low. This is a lower high. So we need to see sellers come in here. Let's see if they can. And there they are. All right, sellers. Let's see if you can bust the low here. They cannot. We're back up into the range here. All right, let's see if buyers are still willing to take this higher. Not seeing it. Not seeing any sort of setup right now. Not yet. Okay, we're finding our buyers. Now these buyers, they should be able to break it here, and at least just break the highs here. Again, I'm not putting any money on this. If I do take any trades in here, guys, it does say trading is live and real in the lower right-hand corner here. But if you look up here, I am trading in a simulated demo paper trading account via Bookmap. Then I'm routing those trades actually over to my journal. So basically like forward testing here in demo mode. All right, here's our swing. And then here are the buyers coming in. Let's see if they can press this higher and hit this 80 level here. Okay, this would be a breakout trade, we'd look for this to continue on up and to hit the higher levels of liquidity here. Let's see if we can get this here. Are buyers willing to take it higher again here? Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's see it, buyers. There they are, and should be able to hit it here. I'm leery to go for it due to the factors we had just mentioned. We're up here at these levels on the higher time frames, just maybe one more kind of push, and then potential squeeze or reversal to the downside. So this is just too high, too lofty for me. Okay, higher liquidity at higher levels in here. 91 and the figure up here at 6,500. Yeah, it's just I am going to stand clear. Like I had mentioned, this ATR in here is just too big. The squeeze looks good, but it's just too big for my liking. Nobody even talking yet. Liquidity cleared and just rocketed. Perfect Friday to walk away. Alec, I hear you. I wasn't really sure what to cover in this session here. It's going to be some momentum moves, a stop, a halt, and a momentum move the other way. Squeezes all over the place, and we don't know. Powell may mention something, and we'll see this market drop down to, to here for sure, down to this, below the swings in here, and this liquidity down here, 67, 65, 64.50 potentially, or lower. Right, we just don't know, and that's the kind of dancing with the devil here, and we know what's moving the markets though, right? So it's if you want to take that risk, then there's a couple ways to do this. that I have found. Number one is you can trade for with very, very tight stops, looking for a momentum move and take your profit. Number two is scale down into micros and one or two at max, and then widen out those stops quite a bit. Okay, they both have advantages and disadvantages, so be careful of that. All right. So I don't know what to cover really. We'll take a look at this. I'm not listening to news at the moment. We're just kind of watching the price action with the order flow here, and trying to ascertain or gain some sort of insight here. Again, as Alec had mentioned in here, order flow and technicals are blown out of the water during fundamentals typically, right? So you guys have seen it. We've covered it for years. Like these levels up here are still here and technical. Like if there's massive move to the upside, I would look for these areas to trade and to and then see a reaction at that point, because it's a lot of liquidity. 240 contracts, 188 contracts, here 124 now at this level here. So that should slow down some of the buying pressure. Do I have any thoughts, Duzman? Do I have any thoughts on the big block of liquidity that follows a price action at the open? Not really. There's so many players doing so many things at that time. So I just we could take a look at that if you wanted. In fact, here we can turn this into a time and sales column, and you can look at your big blocks in here if you want. There's also our large here. Actually, there's this that you can look at, of course, but in fact, I'm going to hide that column. And I want to show you another thing. We do have an indicator that will show those large transactions. Okay, there's our large lot trade alert right here as well.
Trade ESU5 CME at BMD, sell price 6,473.5, size 14.0.
Okay, you can see tons just kicking off here, and that's because of the minimum size here. So you can look for it this way, so there's 100 lot. If we don't see 100 lot trade, then you won't get a message here. You can also enable for sound, and there's another one. Show. Let's just bring this down a bit. Maybe it's not this. I think it might be the liquidity levels. Hold on a minute. And we can take a look at that liquidity marker. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, this is liquidity, not transactions. No, I'm sorry, there's another way to do this. So this will show, large liquidity levels in here, or changes in liquidity. And this can be, maybe you guys like this, you can see it here, changing up in here. Good morning, Duzman, Trading is Life, and Stephen. Yep, you're right, Stephen. MBO bundle also offers it. Large trade alerts. You've got the liquidity marker here. A lot of people really like it. I do too. I'm just trying to, show Bookmap kind of basic features and get everyone using those. And then these add-ons, if you have questions, we can go through any details in here. So one of the ways to show the large block order transactions that go up here to studies configuration, go to your volume dots here, and we can look for the minimum displayed volume here, okay, or trade size here. So it's the trade size we'd look for. So let's put in 100 lot here, okay, and let's see, okay, there you go. So here's 100 lot here, right, and or 100 or more here. Okay, if we hover over it here, we'll see. We can use the data tip tool as well. Okay, so this was a block trade here for 376. Okay, let's go to the open. Yeah, not really seeing much. Seeing a few though, big sell transactions in here though. Okay, here and here. It's kind of interesting. After trading into high liquidity, you know, big selling here. Oh, guys, let's see here. I might have missed this. I was wondering about this. I was going to mention it. Looking for that trend line break and accumulation trade, but wasn't too convinced yet if that was actually setting up or not. So did I answer any questions about this large lot, or you know, your block orders, and then seeing them right on the chart? It is roulette wheel today. So anyway, yeah, you can look at that. You can break it down into you know, smaller trades if you want. If you want to look for 10 lots or, you know, 20 lots or whatever. You can right click on here, go to your volume dot settings, and I'm just kind of curious actually. Let's look at a 20 lot. There we go. So you can see you know, pretty large player. I don't know, there's people in here trading 20 lots. Anyway, let's bring it back down to 1, hit apply, and look at all transactions. Let's take a look at this. Did this set up as a setup here for us? I mean, we do have a lot of, we certainly are at a key level. Okay, that's one thing. This is a part of that pilot program if you guys are interested. And do we have at least 3 levels of high liquidity getting filled on the way up? Okay, passive orders. That's what we're looking for, because we want them to absorb the buying pressure here. So we're looking for sellers to absorb it first, right? This is for really any reversal. You're looking for that. At some point, there's just going to be more sellers than buyers interested here. So when that happens, here, let me go back to the large trade alerts, and we'll turn that off. See, but you can see how you get pop-up messages for that. I don't know, I wasn't too convinced. I mean, there's lots of levels in here, but I want to see kind of bigger levels, more important levels, trade that, you know, have really stood out. And there's a little bit of that, and you know, not quite enough for me, but we do have a really good key level, that's for sure. For the reasons we mentioned earlier, you know, coming up into these swings up here, and ATR, and looking for some profit takers, looking for this to kind of run out of some gas up in these areas here. Okay, now actually we're getting a nice one here to the downside, so I'm kind of or to the upside here, kind of missing that one. This is the kind of liquidity at the levels I'm talking about. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I missed it, but you know, I'm sure trading is life, and you know, Laura, Shark, a few others may have taken this one here. You know, here's a kind of, again, key level is not really so strong here on this one. Up here it's great. Down here it's below the swing, but look at the liquidity here. Okay, passively, getting transacted and filled in these areas in here. And then we're looking for when it starts to break the structure, and we're looking for that accumulation by the aggressors here. So we got buyers here, break a structure, buyers here. Passive buyers, aggressive buyers after the structure break. These guys can move price. Okay, so then target would be here, first level of high liquidity or some of the swings, and then either take some off or take all off, look for the next one, or try to get your runner to the next level of high liquidity. Okay, so yeah, that one wasn't bad in terms of the passive liquidity. You guys might have seen some of the pilot program traders marking their charts up with this. Okay, so some good stuff there. All right, a mention on this, I think Shark, Trading's Life, and Laura in particular, a lot of times these moves in here, I don't know if it's so much this one this time, but you get these kinds of moves like this, and it's just kind of buying hand over fist. There's really no kind of pullback, and this is pretty indicative of a short squeeze. The thing is, though, is I just don't see a whole lot of stop orders in here getting filled. So it doesn't have to be a squeeze, but a lot of times we see that lots of stops being run, and then it pauses, another stop run as people continue to feel the pain and the pressure. Okay, and when we do see that, this is gonna fail at some point. There's just not going to be any more buyers feeling the pain anymore. Where is that area is the question, and we want to look for it. Look for some of these previous areas where they got in, right? That's why we look at some of the. We look at the liquidity levels, but we also look at these swings in here to understand that dynamic. All right. Okay. So Trading's Life, you weren't. Well, it was really the ATR that I was looking at there for the on this higher time frame here. I mean, this is just, look at that candle and look at some of these wicks up in here. We're looking for some sort of reaction up in here. In fact, Laura, I think you had talked about situational awareness in here, and like something's kind of wrong when this was on Tuesday in this break here, and it really bothered me that I did not notice this or see this. It was during the webinar because I was kind of focused on a break of this and then a move back up into the range. I thought it would be a false breakdown. I did not see the volume really pick up in here at that time to justify it, but it really picked up later. Anyway, it continued to go lower, and look where it went. See, again, like even on the daily chart in here, this is not a bad move, for relative to the range up here, and it moved and it accepted outside the range. So the market is trending now. Okay, so that we're going to look for that on any time frame. In fact, that's maybe a good thing to demo here today, and we'll take some scalps on that. No problem. But to demo some of the concepts. Anyway, range and chop, breakaway, exploring value, range and chop, breakaway, exploring value. Okay, and look where it goes, though. The swings and these technical levels down here, and that's where we're looking for the reactions, and that's exactly what I'm looking for up here. Okay, so the reactions that you see down here, let me just get the pen tool out. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? So down in here, these swings and also this technical level in here, we are looking for a reaction. We got it. It took a day or so to turn around, and then boy, just this morning it just turned around in a big way. And now we're up here, so we're looking for the same thing up here. I'm looking for some sort of reaction up in these levels here. So I'm looking for this trend here to kind of pause, go into chop something, and look for opportunities in that area in here, okay, on lower time frames. Right, makes sense. Okay. All right. Okay, again, high liquidity. It's not the greatest, but we're going to be watching it here. And talk about range, starts to establish one here. Okay. So Laura, does that make sense? I think you're in here. Yeah. Mentioning that, talking about your situational awareness, you're right. You're totally right. However, I would say jump back and take a look at this in here. Your impetus, what's moving the markets, right? And your key levels, your higher time frame. Okay, auction market theory is pretty simple one. Like in these ranges, this is what we get. We get consolidations and then breakout and exploration. It's the same always. You can see it again and again and again. This is where we're looking for order flow within these areas in here to give us that kind of insight, right? You know what one of the best examples was. I know exactly what book you're talking about in the situational awareness, and the fighter pilots talking about that, and being intuitive and open to that, and sensitive to that, it's a really good thought. And order flow is about that. One of the best examples I found was some years ago, and it was Indianapolis 500 race here in the United States, and a veteran driver, he was back in the pack, and he said, "Oh no, like something's wrong. This doesn't look right." He started to slow down, and lo and behold, it was a massive pile up, and he totally avoided it because he saw something was wrong, and he was even had the ability to articulate that over the mic, and that was really cool to see. That's the same thing here. It's like, wait a minute, no, something's wrong. I am gonna pull back here. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. We got our range. In fact, I'm going to use this new tool in here, guys. Well, we've had it for a while. The channel tool, which I think you guys, if you hold down the shift key, you can just get a horizontal channel like this, and then you can extend it too. So just right click on it and edit it, and then we can extend it to the right. All right, so we're looking for a break of this channel. We're looking for order flow around this channel in here, and what's going to happen. Okay, now I don't know what Powell is saying, and I do know though that we haven't come back up to the high yet. We have high liquidity all the way up to the high here, and buyers are hitting it, and it's looking like they want to come up here, but I am not interested until I see buyers above the high here at 86. Okay, and it has to be big and it has to be continuous. There is no measured move tool in Bookmap, Matt, but what I use is, and I use it on many charts, is I just kind of draw a rectangle and either draw another one similar to it, and then I just move it over and say like, okay, there's your measured move, and then that's that. All right, so I just try to keep it simple and just use the drawing tools. All right, here's our breakout now of this range here, right? And it has not broken the high yet. So watch out. These can be really nice traps. We're going to look for that. And we're going to look for that to be a trap. And then where if this is going to be a trap in a liquidity level here and they can't get back up above the high here, where might they go? Okay, that's when we start to look at swings and liquidity. John 4112 412 in the Bookmap Academy meeting, said it just great. He's looking for the first thing he's looking for is high liquidity as a target. Okay, and he's thinking like a big trader because the larger players, you have to kind of. This was I learned this from another trader over at the Compass FX room, who was Ray is his name. Amazing, and he's got the institutional background, and the first thing he says is like, look, you got to think like him basically, and what does he do? Okay, so the first thing he does is think about, well, I want to get filled. Where am I going to get filled? He'll start placing bids down at an area. He goes, if price fails up in here, this is where my target is. Then he starts looking for, or maybe even kind of pressuring the market to go to the target. Now, it's not just Ray. Scott Pulcini, this is what he did. When he was trading like thousands of contracts at a time in the S&P. So this is kind of thinking about the failure up here and then where price might go next, and already lined up for it. Okay, here's another one right here starting to come in. All right, so if we get our sellers coming in here, that's where they're going to go. Right, so here they come. Right, let's see if we can get in on this then, and we can demo this here. Okay, I'm going to look for a bit of a pullback here. There it is. All right, and let's see now. Okay, we broke outside of this small range, and I'm looking for the bottom of this range or even a break of that. And let's see, it looks like I can cancel this one, and that'll be my OCO order here. Okay, now this might just fail and come back into the range, and the other side here at 85, and we just get stopped out. Okay, again, guys, this is a demo paper trading to go through this concept. It is not a funded account, and it's for educational purposes only. All right, let's see if these sellers now come in. Okay, we broke outside, and we're looking for it to continue. Okay, back up to the top of this little range here. And do we find buyers? If we do, we're going to get stopped out, and that's that. All right, so we got stopped out. Well, let's see if this trades actually. Maybe that was a problem. We need to see this transact first, and now let's see if we get a failure. Okay, maybe a hook some more traders in long here, and then we'll look for the same thing again. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's try to see if we can get a pullback here. We might not get it, so I have to jump in. So I got in pretty late on that. Okay, now we're targeting our high liquidity. Now we got to see if we break this range in here. In fact, this range I can probably, I don't mind it. It's not bad. Maybe here's a little bit better. Some swings there. Okay, all right, and this is going to be the make or break right here. I think we might get a bit more pullback and then a failure, but we're looking for the sellers on one of probably this next swing here. If buyers can't lift it higher here at this point, I'm looking for sellers to come in and hit this pretty hard down here at 78 and then break it at that moment. Yeah, so the way that putting your targets first like that, you're gonna have to really manage your orders really well, Laura. Okay. The reason that he and larger players, why they do that. All right, so we got filled on that, and let's see if we got to see a failure here now by buyers. And they're not failing. All right, so we're stopped out of one, and let's see if we get stopped out of the next one. Yep. All right, and now the buyers, now we're looking for them. We're up at almost up at the swing high, right? So we're not there yet, and I'm not interested in buying yet. We're still within this big range here, really. And you can see we didn't break this swing down here, right? I mean, we had the possibility for it, and it just didn't move outside. It will move outside here on one of these if we get some failure up here. Laura, so the way that you'll have to manage it then is you'll need to just you won't use your bracketed orders. Okay, what you'll do instead is you'll place your target first, and I was just mentioning the reason why you'll do that is because it's FIFO, it's first in first out, right? So you're in line first already, and that's exactly why larger players do this. That's why you see those large levels of liquidity. And here we can demo this. You'll see when they come in, right? Look at this, when this came in here, when this one came in here. Okay, so after it traded up here, they start to put in targets down here. Okay, so this is something we want to be aware of. Okay, we want to see when it came in. Okay, well, you'll see. Watch. If some of this trades up here, you'll see this flip. Okay, now it's not a book flip. It's an order flow, orders from the offer will start to show on the bid, and you'll see kind of an imbalance. From it's heavy on the offer side right now. Okay, we're looking for it to be more kind of for this liquidity to transact first, and then we're looking for it to show an imbalance on the bid, right? Okay, Matt, so you're a little lost in the lingo. No problem. Let me show you where to go on that. For anything related to the Bookmap education, just go to bookmap.com and then click on education here. Okay, and then that'll take you to the Bookmap Learning Center. In the Learning Center here, you'll find all the courses, all the features. Matt, I would highly recommend that you watch part 1 of this market mechanics course if you haven't already. Watch all 4 parts. But here's why, because you'll see us go over, at the most binary level, what makes price move, and understand these levels in here is critical. And you'll just see the same exact thing, this binary example, unfold on the highest time frames as well. Okay, so yeah, that's something to consider. Other things to learn about in here, and you mentioned the lingo, okay, or our vocabulary in here. Go to knowledge here, and you'll see the glossary here, and go to that, and then just study some of these things in here. You'll see this is in our user guide knowledge base section here, and you can scroll down and go to, like, what does ignition mean, what is latency, what are some of these things in here, spoofing, so that's the place to go. Okay, so highs of the day again. Okay, here's some exhaustion up in here. Okay, here's our new structure, right? And we're going to demo this again, and we're going to look for a break of the structure. And use that channel tool, and we're going to just hold down the shift key, and then we're going to edit it. Okay, and then now we're looking for a break of that channel. In fact, here, let's edit it again and extend it to the right. Okay, so, and then we're looking for a price to move. Okay, if it breaks the channel and it's not a false breakdown or breakout, then we're looking for a price to move away from the area here. Okay, so here's a test of it. Now, does it break, or is it a false breakdown? Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to actually, I think this is going to be it. Let's do it. So I am in short right there, and let's see if we get squeezed or not. And then I'm still targeting liquidity down here on the bid. Okay, so I don't have a stop in here. Again, Laura, you'll have to manually put that in. Okay? Or another thing, what you can do, you will lose your limit order queue place in the queue though, if you delete this and put an OCO in. But what you can do is you can just hold down shift, and then left click above, and that'll be a buy stop. Right now, these are independent though; they're not attached to any other orders. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now let's see, the auction market theory here is we broke the structure, and we see volume here on the sell side, and now we need to see if it holds the break here, or if it comes back in, then likely we're going to get stopped out. Okay, it's coming back in. All right, there's still some buying pressure left in here. Now this still may fail too. There's going to be a point of control right here, right? If we get above that on some volume, then this is not looking good. Let's see. This would be kind of our last gasp here. And how are we doing on our higher time frames here? Just we're still seeing some momentum on the 15-minute chart. Hour chart will close in another 8 minutes or so. Okay. All right, so the move back up into here was pretty weak, right? In fact, now I can even add to this here. I'm looking for a break of the range up in here, back up here. Okay, it came back in, and here's where the sellers dropped it. It tried, didn't find buyers. We found sellers instead. And we're breaking. I'm looking for it to trend now. Okay, so let's see if we can get a trend out of this now, because it's breaking away from this area in here, and we need to see it now continue. And this is why, like, you know, I'm demoing this in here, and we'll see if it works out or not. We usually look for a bigger move outside of the range to justify the break of the range, right? We want to see it move away and accept away from the range. Otherwise, you get these false breakouts and the move back in. Right? And usually, typically, we're looking for like about more than 3 points. 2 to 3 points is not enough, is what I found. It has to be like 4 or 5 points. Then we can look for pullbacks and try to get in. See, otherwise, what can happen here is like price could still come back in here. It can still be attracted to these areas in here if it's not moving far away enough and causing these people, these buyers in here, if it's not causing them pain. And you can see we're kind of bouncing around. The market hasn't really figured it out yet. Okay, now, you know, we've got some other participants here. They're going to feel some pain if these sellers can pick it up now. Okay, and then we should get a pretty nice move here. Yeah, we can delete this channel down here, and we've broken out of this one, and we haven't really decisively broken out of it yet. It's trying. All right, we're back in it now, right? So now we're going to feel the pain. Typically, and it looks like I'm, you know, this is, you know, pretty horrible entry at some of these lows though, but typically when you get the momentum move, this is it. This is your chance. You know, you don't get another chance, right? So you might get a small pullback like to about here, and then it just continues. So that's what, and then I saw this happen here. I thought we had it. I was pretty sure we had it. But nope, still some buying pressure. High liquidity just transacted up here at 90. And let's see, is that enough to absorb this buying pressure for now? No. Oh, okay. So yeah, there we go. So there's a stop run too. This is going to be a big stop run up into our area here. Now it might fail, and then if it comes back in, I will trade that. This is one of the nice things within Bookmap, actually. Like we've like in this example here, maybe got in a little too early. The in these areas down here, because this event here is like the capitulation. It's a stop run, but it's not bad actually. It's not bad at all. And so the people feeling the pain like we were in here are out of the market. Okay, now, are there new buyers coming in? If sellers get below here, right here, I'm looking for a move down. And in fact, I'm even willing to take more risk on for that reason. And we'll see. All right, so we're filled and we're back in this range in here. So now we're looking for a move to the other side of it. And then we're looking for, let's see if we can get a continuation move. Okay, our limit target is still in the queue down here, Laura. Our limit targets. I am, how did I get 3 on here? 1, 2, oh, because I had the other one already on, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. See, this is Laura, that you have to really be attentive about your order management here. Okay, so if I have another stop up here, I better put it in here for 3, and I better remember it, right? So how many orders do I have here, and remember them? Okay, here, go up to your settings and your account information in here. You'll see all your orders, working orders, open positions, your executions, your cancellations, etc. Okay. So it's not a bad thing, Laura. I mean, you'll have to be extremely attentive of your order management. And that's a good thing. Like to get in the habit of that. We all make. I make those mistakes. God, we've seen Scott Pulcini also make them. Veteran trader, and look for just have your own checklist on order management. I think you'll find it really, really helpful. Shark, you were talking about that too. Yeah, Stephen, about the one-click trading from the Bookmap chart, you got to get used to that. It's just always try to remember a left click is a buy, a right click is a sell. Just repeat that over and over again, and then when you take positions, just it'll come naturally. You're going to keep the bracketed orders. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Especially like well, it's not a bad idea, but I also think it's really good to be highly attentive of your order management. This just is continuing to squeeze us, guys, again and again here, and we're falling for the trap each time here. Is likely to squeeze up to 6,500 now, and it's just grinding and grinding. The sellers like in here thinking exactly like us here that we're up too high. We've got to pull back, and we're looking for it, but it'll happen at some point. Just we might not be in it at that point. And I have to apologize to Laura. Like, I get in a trap here trying to demo something, and then get kind of caught in some not so nice trading scenarios here. Yeah, just remember, like, it's the if you don't hold down that shift above price, it's going to be a market. That's right, Stephen. Another way around it, Stephen, is you can probably I think you can maybe use one of the shortcuts here. Buy limits. No, it looks like you cannot do it. Well, when you place a market order in here, I mean, if I just left click in here, it's technically, I always say it's a market order, but technically it's not. It places a limit on the best offer. Okay, and you'll get usually filled immediately though. Okay, and that's just like the dome. Yeah, no one's selling. This is just going to grind and grind and grind. And it's just waiting for news. Yeah, you can program up these these buttons in here though, if that's what you're using for market buy, market sell, etc. Stephen, that's no problem. Once you're set in a bracket, can you move your stop loss? Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the beauties here. So let's show. So here's my take profit 32. So 8 points, stop loss at 4 points, right? 4 points, 4 ticks per point, and these are ticks here. Okay, so yeah, I'll just well, let's see if we get up here. Let's see if we get down here actually. If we break here, so I'm going to hold down shift, and I have bracketed already selected, right? And then I will right click. So right click is, you can see the double dash line here. That's a stop. Okay, now let's see if we get a break here, and the move lower. Okay, now once this triggers, then it will set my other orders here. You'll see. Okay, watch. Okay, so we're just about to get filled. There we go. See, there's my stop loss and there's my take profit. Now I can move them. Just left click, hold, and drag. All right, so where to go and find more about that, Matt? Just go back to bookmap.com, and then click on the education button here, and then go to the features, Bookmap features course here. And then all the trading videos are here. Here, I'll put that link in here for you. Okay, this will take you to the first one here. These grinds, they're brutal. Absolutely. Shark, I hear you. And you know, it's very, very typical. Like this is kind of like you know, in your the overnight sessions, you get those kinds of grinds a lot. It's just like there's not a lot of trading activity, and you know, it's just kind of waffles and continues to kind of waffle around, etc. Um, you know, until something kind of happens. And something's gonna happen today. We already had something happen already, but look out in another hour. I think Luis is saying in a little more than an hour. Yep, it's gonna move. We're gonna see some stuff happen, and I believe that's when Trump speaks, right? And I think Powell is probably being quite measured with his comments, and I don't think Trump will be. All right. So anyway, guys, this and didn't do a very good demo of it, but you know, you can see like these when we talk about like micro ranges in here, it is the same concept as the bigger ranges we're talking about. This is, you know, there's a range here that you know, it kind of broke out from and started to kind of chop around in this range up in here. Right now that has broken. Now it's trading in this range, but it's still within this other one here at this moment. Okay, now we got some sellers came in. Now, is that low enough to get buyers, or are we going to go lower? Now, if we go lower, I'm looking for a test down here, so I'm going to move it down a little bit lower here, and maybe I'll take my take profit down by this level of liquidity down here. Okay, so again, like kind of ranges within ranges here, and I'm looking for it to start. It's broken out of this one. Now can it break out of this one? And I'm looking for it to just test outside of it and just get filled down here with one contract. All right, let's see if there's any comments over here on YouTube. Questions? All right, take care, caveman. Yeah, see how see how we're finding buyers down here. Okay, see the exhaustion here. Okay, these are some of the order flow things we look for. And then now it's traded to the other side of the range. Okay, and now we're breaking out of this small range here. Let me edit this. Okay, and you can see that this is the breakout here, back up to the top of this range up here. Okay, and a potential break of that range on up. Okay, now you can see profit taking up here, right? Again, auction market theory in here. Now this is a short squeeze. You know, I mean, this is very indicative of it, and you can see it here, like people getting, you know, stopped out along the way. Okay, so we're really, you know, understanding, like, you know, some of the order flow at a higher levels here. Okay, now look at it come right back down. Okay, now do we find buyers down here again? Okay, if this is a short squeeze, we found our buyers in here. I don't know if we're going to find them again. We have to find new buyers now, and we might. Okay, there's some nice fuel for these buyers here though to get squeezed. Okay, let's see if they can get squeezed and we see a stop run to the downside now. Okay, starting to. There we go. There's our stop run to the downside. Now let's get filled though at the bottom of this range here. Buyers still fighting it here. Still buying the bottom edge here. They're still buying it. Keeping the price alive. Okay, now again, we're talking about these big ranges in here and then breakouts of these ranges. Well, this C of the range, what is created in here, your high volume node. Okay, let's turn it on and we'll look at it. And that should be our POC, and it is. In fact, the POC just rotated up here. Okay, it was down here earlier. Okay, so it just moved up. So not much volume ticked it off, and you know, above that little area right there. $581 contracts down here. Let's see if sellers, are they interested? Are they interested? One player is holding probably 500 contracts here. Large lot tracker showing that. Let's see it. Okay, now you got to figure, like, we've been getting squeezed in here a lot, right? But now you got to figure that there's a lot of buying in here, and if they can't muster the to bring it back up, they're going to feel the pain now at this point. Right? It's setting up pretty nicely for the move lower now and the break of these levels that we've been talking about for this entire webinar. Let's see if we get the move here. Okay, so more selling at lower level here. And let's see, do buyers come in hand over fist? Yeah, a little bit, not convincing yet. Trying to keep price back up in here. And let's see, where do they capitulate here? Or will they? Still trying. It's a little bit of a battle in here, back and forth, as you guys can see. Okay, it looks like another squeeze here. We're going to have to endure this. As you can see, the stop runs kind of going to the upside there. Anyway, guys, we're kind of in the eye of the storm right now, where it's kind of a calm, and right after Powell speaking, and or he's still speaking, and then Trump is going to be speaking. So we're kind of in this back and forth period right now. How do we overlay indicators like EMAs on this? Actually, we do have an EMA. We don't offer it. It's actually on our Bookmap marketplace. So if you go to bookmap.com, go here from the Learning Center here over to bookmap.com, and then on the More button here, you'll see our marketplace and the add-ons in here. Okay. And then do a search for moving average. And then you see Zoli store here offers it. Okay, EMA, SMA, etc. We have VWAPs and anchored VWAP. That's within Bookmap. Okay, that comes with the Global Plus version of Bookmap. Okay, we're back up into that value area in here. And it's just price doesn't want to move away from it, right? And that's how we establish these ranges in here. Okay, we're looking for the move away from it, and trying to demo that this entire webinar here. Just haven't had a move. We've had these kind of grinding moves here to the upside. Let's see, any other questions over in Discord? Yeah, I think so too. Trading is life. It is building up a lot of transactions in here. If it can break to the downside, it should be a pretty nice break. You can see that it traded down to our 284 contracts traded right at our target. This here, Laura, is exactly why that John, for example, places his limits first. Okay, out of those 284 down here, he might have gotten filled. Okay, because he would have been first in line. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like I'm wrong. There was nothing that traded down here. 284 contracts traded one tick higher. Okay, so nothing. The best bid came down here a bunch of times, but that was it. Look, there's another thing kind of, to consider here. I want to mention that this slide here. Okay, so we talked about the impetus, key levels, and scenarios. So we know what's moving the market, and we know when, because we have dates on the calendar, right? And we know our key levels. We've been talking about that in the entire session. we're at a key level. It just continues to grind higher. We know our impetus here. Okay, now scenarios here. One of the scenarios you can draw away from this on days like today is just wait. Like, this grinding move higher makes sense to me. And I was just kind of got caught in some demoing of different things here. Here's what I mean to say is a scenario could be, or a strategy could be, I am going to wait, or maybe just stay in this as Powell is speaking, and everything is copacetic. Then when he is done speaking, I am out, and then I am starting to look for volatility, okay, one way or the other, okay, because you will get your big sweeping moves and flush throughs after he is done speaking. Now, I don't know if he's done speaking or not, but once Trump starts speaking at 12, and I believe that's scheduled, right? Yeah, that's scheduled. So once he starts speaking, this grind won't be grinding any longer. Okay, we're going to see some big moves. Okay, so who's involved in this market right now is just, this is slop back and forth. It's coming down, it's testing these levels, it's still finding buyers, take it higher, trading back up to here, and then kind of slopping around back and forth. And we're looking for a decisive move away from it is maybe asking too much in this scenario and in this environment. Okay, so that's what I mean with that slide and putting those pieces together. That's why we cover it every time. It's really important. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't get caught up in the demoing of this and that and some of these concepts. But I need to cover the features in Bookmap. I need to cover what these these concepts are in the order flow, etc. So you guys understand what it looks like. Yeah, I'm afraid that Powell is going to have to resign. It is not going to be healthy, in my opinion, to the economy. The numbers can be juked, and I mean, look, this is not political. This is economics, in my opinion, from what I know. And what do I know? I'm not an economist, but typically these high tariffs are starting to lead to higher prices. Higher prices means more inflation. Okay, who's going to be able to afford it? Now, the employment numbers are not showing to be very strong. They're starting to weaken. All right, so typically at that point, the Fed will start to, if employment is not in line, well, you got to get people to work to start to generate cash flow, to start to get the economy moving, and jobs is a really important factor of that. So right now we're starting to see a weakening, softening potentially in the job market. Well, so then you lower rates at that point. Okay, well, maybe you will get some people back to work. But inflation's already high because of the tariffs. It's starting to show that. It's going to be much higher when people have a bit more money and they start spending it in the economy. The economy inflation's going to be rampant, in my opinion. All right, so I don't know. This is what I have learned, and kind of economics 101, basically. It's pretty complex stuff, but the overall concepts are also pretty simple. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these tariffs. I don't think it's a good idea. Funny thing is, Trump has been very consistent for like 40 years. He's been actually championing this idea for forever, and now he's following through with it. So we're going to see. We're going to see what works and what doesn't. All right, guys. Well, we're still ranges within ranges, but here's a nice break of the range. Okay, so this went from 90 down to 87, 87 and a half. All right, so it's 2.5 points. It's not a lot, but it looks pretty good here, right? There's pretty strong volume moving away from this area up here. Okay. Typically, when we start to move away from an area, we start to trend. So now we've got another little range in here, but I want to see it break down to here, to the bottom of this bigger range in here. Let's see if we can get that move. It looks pretty good now. It looks pretty good. Like, you know, we see the selling, the pullback. I don't see a lot of buying yet on the pullback. Now, let's see if we get follow through in here. And we're not. Okay, not yet. We haven't come back into this range yet. So far, it has not come back in. This could be, it still could. It's just keeps on trickling back up. We have not gotten a trend move here at all. In this entire webinar, we have not gotten a trend move. This has been range bound. Oh, we did get a trend here. And then up here, that's where we started to get into these ideas of, okay, bigger range, you know, this would be our big range in here. It broke it, and then it's been very small range up here is this entire time since 1045. Yeah, since the 90s, maybe even the kind of mid 80s, trading his life. Long time. The thing is, though, is like anyone who has tariffs is, you know, they're just going to, there's going to be reciprocity every time. You can count on it. And that's exactly what happened. This is just sucks here. All right, so we got a breakout to the highs here, and my question is, okay, it's got to be a stop run, and it is. Now, how further? Let's just move this up here to here. How much further can this go in terms of a stop run? Where maybe we have to tag 650 here, or 6,500. Maybe that's what we're shooting for here. This grind and then stop run and then grind and then stop run, hit up here, and then maybe a little bit of a flush through 6,500 and look for the move the other way. Yeah, that's a possible scenario here. Because, you know, who wants to buy up here? That's what I'm asking. Who really wants to move the market from here? And the only people that, there'll be some buyers for sure. Here, look at the icebergs in here. This iceberg just got filled a ton. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not a ton. It's like it's 200, but it in reference to other icebergs in here is pretty big, and continue to get filled in here. Oh, more than 200, but so larger players are starting to get filled in here, right? So they're not buying. The only people that are buying is the sellers down here buying it back, right? So stop runs, and then on the other side we see the icebergs. Okay, there's 95 and through it. Okay, not a whole lot traded there. A lot of that was pulled. Okay, London close Friday. That's passed. Guys, we're over our time here for the webinar. Sorry, I started rambling and went a little too far. Anyway, let's forget about what's going on in terms of orders in here, and let's just go through some scenarios for the rest of the day in here. I think we outlined it pretty well. We've got Trump speaking in about 25 minutes. We can see a move maybe up into these areas of high liquidity, this grind higher, until that happens, because likely we're going to see some pretty big moves after that. Okay, so be on the lookout for that at that time, and be very careful out there. Look for something very, very clear, and be careful with your stops and how you're going to handle that. All right. Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll call it a day, and we'll catch up with you guys on Monday. All right. Yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.